How's it going, world? Topic of today's rant is mental illness. People don't understand it like they need to. I mean, it's like any other illness. It affects our lives on a daily basis. We forget that someone may be struggling with little things at that. Because sometimes it's the little things that set us off. That we have triggers that people don't understand. A lot of us don't understand them yet, but we go through therapy to help us. I mean, think about it. Someone with schizoaffective disorder could be slowly losing their mind, slipping into depression, and yet they will seem like the happiest people in the world. But they're not. They do it because they're told to, basically. There's a stigma about mental illness that it's not real. But more and more every day, people are coming down with depression, anxiety, all these issues that are all mental, all trauma-based, because this world has become filled with trauma for the people. It's absurd. Think about it. You see someone who has scars on their wrist, yet they have the biggest smile on their face. But you don't realize is that they could have been through probably one of the worst things. They could have lost someone really important to them. And what also gets me is the fact that bullying causes these people, some of these people, to go through depression and become suicidal, and they end up taking their lives, and yet nothing gets done about it. I mean, I was bullied as a kid. My niece was bullied, and it really affected her, and it took her parents going up to the school and getting on to them, because the schools have a no bullying tolerance level. They don't accept it, yet they won't do anything about it if it's happening. If someone comes forward saying, hey, I'm being bullied, they won't do shit about it. That's what leads to a lot of teen deaths. Not just that, but getting addicted, because addiction is a mental illness. People don't realize it. They think it's just because they want to get high. No, it is a mental illness. You get addicted, it changes your brain where you can't live without that. People don't realize that. Mental illness comes in many different forms. People with like attention deficit and ADHD, those are forms of mental illness that are beyond our control. It's terrible, the fact that there are a lot of places where people can't get the help that they need to get better, to overcome these problems that they're having in their life, to help them process through things. Because a lot of what causes mental illness is people don't know how to process the feelings that they're going through, the emotions that they're feeling. It's terrible. I mean, just think about it. If you lost someone you cared about and you didn't know how to deal with it, you would end up becoming depressed, becoming anxious, worried about things that you have no control over. You would start to develop a mental illness. And it's not just one person dealing with it, it's millions of people around the world. I mean, it's just disrespectful that you find out someone's got a mental illness and you go up to them and tell them, hey, suck it up, it could be worse. What you don't realize is that they could be going through hell and not even mention it. We need to become one people once again. We need to support each other and help each other through these problems, because it's not just little things. Sometimes it's big things. The death of a friend, watching someone you care about become an addict. There's all kinds of things that can cause people to go through these problems and these illnesses that can cause them. you just gotta realize you may be able to go through certain things and come out just fine, but others won't. And it's those people that you care about. They may be going through hell and they need people there to help them. They need people there to be their strength, to be a listening ear, just so they can make it through another day. And sometimes that's all it takes. I mean, if you look for the signs of depression and being suicidal, because even though they may seem happy, they will still show signs, and you just gotta pay attention to them. Sometimes all it takes is just asking, hey, are you okay? Is there anything you want to talk about? And that will mean so much to someone who has a mental illness. Just knowing that someone's there for them, that someone cares enough about them to ask them how they're doing. It's not that hard, people. And people with mental illnesses will recognize others who have problems. I myself suffer from mental illness, but I'd rather use my experiences to help other people understand that, hey, what am I doing wrong? I mean, I have this friend that is down and all that. What can I do to help him? And as I said, sometimes all it takes is just asking, are you okay? Do you need someone to talk to? If you need me, I am here for you. It's plain and simple. You just have to be willing to put forth the effort, because we've become so involved with ourselves that we forget others. And sometimes others need our help more than we need ourselves. I mean, I'll admit, I've stayed up with a friend who was suicidal. I've talked to them, just let them get things off their chest, and in the process save their life. Because life is valuable. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's not black lives, police lives, white lives, whatever. It's all life. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. They forget to think that life is important. All religions tell you that life is important. I mean, if you're a Christian, the Bible, one of the commandments is thou shalt not murder. If you're being a bully or you're telling someone to go kill themselves, you're basically committing murder, because you're pushing them to that point. It pisses me off when people don't think about their actions. We need to start thinking about our actions, not just for ourselves, but for others, because what we do can affect someone else. It's not that hard. I mean, if you see a complete stranger and just give them a little bit of change because they say they're having a hard time and need some money, that will mean a lot to them. It will show them that there's no reason to lose hope. We've got to help people stay strong and not give up hope. I mean, it's basically, it all comes down to one act of random kindness. You do something small for someone, it will mean a lot to them, more than you think. Mental illnesses, the little things matter. That's plain and simple. Just by listening, being there for someone, just being a basic human being and being a good person will mean a lot to someone. That's all there really is to it. I mean, wouldn't you want someone there for you if you're going through hell? If you're down in the dumps and you can't seem to call out, or you're so stressed and worried about things that you can't seem to get a grasp on anything, just knowing that someone's there for you, to listen to you, let you get things off your chest, to help you through this stuff, it's not that hard. It really isn't. By changing one life, one thing you do, you can save more than you think. It's not that hard. It really isn't.